Hey everybody, it's Rob from Hoosier Haunts. Welcome to our YouTube page. Feel free to look around. We're putting together a series of videos from each of the team members highlighting their best evidence, or maybe just the most fascinating or intriguing. Each person gets to decide what makes their list. So I'm here tonight to share my list with you. I think the best place to start is the first investigation. Wasn't the very first that the team was on, but it was kind of the first formal team event, and that was at Ashmore Estates. Now, when we were at Ashmore Estates, it was pretty cold that night, and you've probably heard us tell the stories. But at one point, we decided to set up a camera and just leave it roll on the second floor. And several clips came out of that time that the camera was up there. This first one is one of them. It was right after we had just set up all the equipment. We were exiting the floor to go down to the command center, which was on the first level. And we were just going to let the camera run. Now, there's a couple things to know when you watch this video. One, there were some motion detector, like safety lights in the hallway. So when you pass by them, they would illuminate temporarily so you could kind of see where you're going and then flip back off. And the other is we have a data logger, and you'll see it in the video, sitting right there on the chair rail, and you'll see it go off. Watch the video and see what you think. Okay, the next video that we want to share with you from my archives is Blackford County Jail. Now, we'd been getting some evidence here and there, and it wasn't until towards the end of the night where we set up the flashlights in cell 1 and cell 2. Those two were reported to be more active than all the rest. And we set a flashlight in each cell and just began asking questions. It was probably about 15 or 20 minute session. What you're going to see here is just a snippet of it. So you'll hear me refer to the spirits, the entities, the flashlights as number 1 and number 2. That's for cell 1 and cell 2. We had the belief that maybe the spirit from one of those cells had been traveling around the building earlier in the night, and so my question was kind of trying to narrow down if that indeed was the case, or if they were stuck in their cells for all eternity. Watch and see what you think. It's kind of a neat reaction and something you might expect to see from two prisoners. Were you in the basement earlier talking with Deb? If the answer is yes, please turn your light on, number 1.
What's your favorite story?
Number 2 is turning on his light. Number 2, that wasn't your question.
I think number 2 is snitching on number 1.
Number 1 is number 2 a snitch. Oh. That was a quick answer. All right, turn your lights off, gentlemen.
It's cold.
Okay, this one is a favorite of mine just because I don't have that many personal experiences when we investigate. Spirits tend to stay away from me, and the team even calls me the ghost repellent. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Doesn't make for a lot of fun sometimes, but maybe it's a good thing. Maybe I've got a little guardian angel protecting me or something. But we were at a private residence in Paragon. We'd all kind of split up and we're in different rooms trying to, basically, the technique is to flush a spirit out when you're not really getting it to respond. So you're just trying to bring it out into the open and get it to respond. And I made a glib comment at the start of this video. You'll hear it, and the spirit says no. We didn't pick up on that, but just a few seconds later, I did hear something else the spirit said, right as Carrie was asking a question. Listen and see if you can figure out what it says.
Towelette to aisle 3. Towelette to aisle 3.
Can you let us know you're here by lighting up one of the devices?
I just heard a whisper again. I heard you. What is your name?
You heard it again, Rob?
Yes. It said, hey, only in a whisper.
Just like that?
In a whisper.
Okay, the next video I want to share with you was from our trip to Posttown Elementary School. Carrie, Rick, and I had been there multiple times, and we went in, with the anticipation that we were going to get certain kinds of interaction and evidence, just based on the other times we'd been there. But much to our surprise, we didn't get what we expected at all. In the moment, it was pretty disappointing. What you're going to see in this video is I was anticipating a lot of flashlight interaction and had gotten 6 different colored flashlights, made up this elaborate board system with lights on and off for different colors to spell out their names and the different keywords. And I brought some blank poster board, and what I thought I was going to be able to do was kind of get the spirits' names, just write a little bio about them through question and answers with this setup that I had, and then I could leave it there and share it with other investigators in the future. Thought it might be nice for the spirit too, because then they don't get peppered with the same questions over and over again. There's already a basis of knowledge, where everybody can start from. But the spirits didn't want to do that. So we got little or no flashlight play that night. However, what you can hear on my stationary camera is, because at some point we just left the camera roll on these flashlights, hoping maybe they would tell us their own story, which also didn't happen. But what did happen was, as the stationary camera is rolling, you can hear the spirits off camera, of course, pick up the blank poster board that I brought to write their bios on. And, the sound poster board makes when it wiggles. You'll be able to hear it. Just take a listen. Okay, last but not least, certainly not least, was our recent trip to Azure Walton mansion. This place is in Atlanta, Indiana. It was built in the 1800s, and it was a hot night, so a lot of ceiling fans were running. The air conditioning was on. I, as a big guy, couldn't personally tell that it was on, but it was supposedly on. So there was also a small floor fan that Keith from Paranormal Dares, who runs the operation, had set up for us just to kind of help circulate some air. At some point during the night, we had moved it into the doorway to the parlor. So fast forward to the investigation, I set a camera down, shooting back down the front hallway and partial view of the stairs. The thinking is, there's a lot of paranormal activity in the building. When you have a home like this, a lot of that activity tends to be centered on a stairway, which, if you think about it, makes sense. When you came in the door, you went up the stairs, down the hallway, whatever, to get wherever you're going. So you were always interacting in that spot. So spiritual activity just in general tends to really happen around a staircase quite often in a house like that. So I wanted to set up a stationary camera just to kind of capture whatever. As you'll see in the video, there's a little balloon there that'll be bopping around on the floor. Those were lighted balloons that Keith was kind enough to donate to the team just to see if we'd capture anything. We had some fun with them, did have some action with them, but what I want you to keep an eye on is that fan that I told you about. You can't see it in the camera shot because it's been set in the doorway of the parlor, but the power cord off the back of it you can see in the shot. It's visible in the parlor or in the hallway just outside the parlor. Keep an eye on that cord. Well, hey, that's all I've got to share with you. I know the rest of the team's got a lot of great stuff they're going to be bringing you. I hope you enjoy looking at them. I hope you enjoy the format of each one of us bringing our own evidence to bear for you to look at as part of a series. I know some of the stuff that the other teammates have, and it's going to be really cool to see. Hopefully, I at least kept you entertained. But if not, just tune into the next one and see what you can find there. Got a great team, and they do great work, so you'll find something you like somewhere, I can promise you. All right, so for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get off here. Enjoy the rest of the videos. Look around at our YouTube page. Please come visit us on Instagram or Facebook. We also have a website, HoosierHaunts.com. You can drop in there. Look around, leave a note, say hi. We always appreciate hearing from our friends and our fans. If you've got a place that needs investigated, let us know that too. We're always looking for places to go. COVID's got everything a little scary, but that's okay. We're not scared. All right, so for now, we're going to check out. It's Rob with Hoosier Haunts. Stay spooky.